Got a breaking story for you. It's all about Jamaica. Let's bring you up to date with the storm that's hitting the Caribbean. Jamaica's been battered by what's been described as its storm of the century. Hurricane Melissa made landfall with wind speeds of up to 185 miles an hour earlier on. Elsewhere, we'll bring the latest as a man has died, with two others, including a 14-year-old boy, seriously injured in a triple stabbing in Uxbridge. And we'll be talking a record number of fines issued to motorists in London, totalling almost £9.5 million. Jem O'Reilly, our reporter, is in Kingston upon Thames. We'll be talking about residents who have raised concerns about fines issued from our box junction, which they are claiming is the most lucrative in the UK. Whatever you want to have your say on, it's 0800 731 2000. That is our number to dial this morning. We'd love to hear from you here on BBC Radio London Breakfast. Good morning to you.
Aaron Paul at breakfast. Radio London.
Yeah, let's get straight to it. Good morning, everybody. Wednesday morning across the capital, and we are waking up to news that Hurricane Melissa has carved a path of destruction through Jamaica, battering the island with brutal winds and torrential rain. The country has been declared a disaster area, with much of it still without power and some areas left underwater. The storm has been downgraded and is now moving over Cuba, but people in Jamaica, thousands of whom spent the night in shelters, are still being warned of landslides and flash flooding. BBC Caribbean's correspondent Will Grant is following the developments from Florida.
Hurricane Melissa, officially the most powerful storm ever to hit Jamaica, has now passed over the island, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. The authorities are trying to establish a full picture of the impact, but with power cut off to much of the country, information remains patchy. Meanwhile, Hurricane Melissa has continued north, affecting eastern Cuba and western Haiti. With both nations in the middle of complex economic and humanitarian crises, this vast storm could cause further catastrophic damage and loss of life in Caribbean countries particularly ill-equipped to cope.
I listened to that is Patrick Vernon, historian, Windrush campaigner and Jamaican Londoner. Patrick, good morning to you. First up, you have family in Jamaica, we understand. How are they?
Yeah, luckily my family's okay. Most of my family, they live in the northern part of Jamaica, in the Hanover, Montego Bay area. But that area has been heavily affected by power failures. It's been estimated now that throughout the whole of the island, at least 500,000 people do not have access to power, which is basically just about a fifth of the population.
I mean, what do we know, and how has this news impacted London's Jamaican community?
Quite gravely. I've been for the last 2 days. I've been messaging people. People have been messaging me. The Jamaican High Commission in London, they've been sending regular information and updates, which I've been passing on through my networks. It's quite big because obviously in London itself, in terms of the Caribbean population, the Jamaican population is the largest, and therefore wherever you live in London or even outside London, everyone's concerned about their family, their friends, colleagues. Everyone is concerned. So it's really great that I think BT and EE, they've actually reduced their call charges for people transferring rich loved ones out there. Last night I was at the Foreign Commonwealth Office for their annual Black History Month event, and I happened to there were lots of diplomats there, and I had a good chat with the High Commissioner of who's based in London, and he was explaining to me that what was happening out there, and there's going to be, I think the High Commissioner will send out a communique later on today about what needs to be done. The Jamaican government launched yesterday a website around updates, as well as a donation page, as well as Jamaican National Bank for their charity for arm, and also a number of community groups and organisations in London have also created GoFundMe campaigns to raise money. So everyone's really concerned and worried. And as your news report said, this is the most devastating hurricane in the history of Jamaica. As far as records, it's been recorded since 170 odd years. The whole island's been affected. Last night, I tried to reach out to in St. Elizabeth, which has been which is part of southwest Jamaica, heavily devastated. I reached out to the owner of Jake's Hotel, which is a boutique hotel on Treasure Beach, and we've been. I didn't get a chance to speak to him, but we're messaging that even just that 10 minutes ago. I was messaging him, and that hotel is virtually devastated as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, I really appreciate you coming on and speaking to us this morning. And look, we wish you and your family and everyone else out there all the very best in what are really devastating conditions. Patrick, Vernon, thank you so much for joining us. 11 minutes after 7 o'clock. This is Breakfast on BBC Radio London. That's one of our main stories